Once upon a time, in a grand castle made of shimmering stone, lived a beautiful princess named Elizabeth. She had everything a princess could want: fancy clothes, sparkling jewels, and a handsome prince named Ronald, whom she was going to marry. Ronald was very good looking, with perfect hair and a charming smile, and Elizabeth thought he was wonderful. One sunny afternoon, as Elizabeth was dreaming of her wedding day, a shadow fell over the castle. A huge, fiery dragon swooped down from the sky. With a mighty roar, it breathed a great puff of fire. The castle burned, Elizabeth's beautiful dresses turned to ash, and all her treasures melted away. Worst of all, the dragon snatched Prince Ronald and flew away with him. Elizabeth was all alone. Everything she owned was gone. All that was left was a simple paper bag. But was she scared? Not one bit. She was determined to save her prince. She pulled the paper bag over her head, and with brave steps, she set off to find the dragon's cave. She followed the trail of scorched trees and burnt grass for miles and miles. The path was long and tiring, but Elizabeth didn't give up. She was thinking of Ronald, and her love for him gave her strength. Finally, she arrived at a huge cave. A plume of smoke curled out from the entrance. This had to be the place. Elizabeth stood at the mouth of the cave and knocked loudly on the big stone door. "Hello, Mr. Dragon," she called out in her bravest voice. The dragon stormed out, snorting fire. "Well, a princess. I love to eat princesses, but I've already eaten a whole castle today. I'm too full. Go away." But Elizabeth had a clever plan. "Is it true," she asked sweetly, "that you are the smartest and fiercest dragon in the whole world?" The dragon puffed out his chest. "Yes, it is," he roared. "Is it also true," Elizabeth continued, "that you can burn down 10 forests with your fiery breath?" "Oh, yes," boasted the dragon. He took a giant breath and blew out a massive fireball that turned 50 forests into smoldering ash. Elizabeth clapped her hands. "Fantastic! That was amazing." The dragon felt very proud. "Now," said Elizabeth, "is it true that you can fly around the world in just 10 seconds? "Why, of course," the dragon boomed. He leaped into the air and flew all the way around the world, returning in exactly 10 seconds. He was very tired from showing off, but he was happy to impress the little princess. "Wonderful," Elizabeth cheered. "Do it again." So, the dragon, wanting to show off even more, leaped into the air and flew around the world again, this time in only 5 seconds. When he landed, he was so exhausted he could barely move. He flopped onto the ground, fell fast asleep, and started to snore. Quickly and quietly, Elizabeth tiptoed past the sleeping dragon and went inside the cave. And there he was, Prince Ronald. "Ronald, you're safe," she whispered, overjoyed. But Ronald didn't look happy to see her. He looked at her messy hair, her sooty face, and her plain paper bag. "Elizabeth, you are a mess," he said, wrinkling his nose. "You smell like smoke, your hair is all tangled, and you're wearing a dirty old paper bag. Come back when you look like a real princess." Elizabeth stood there for a moment, stunned. She had faced a dragon, outsmarted him, and saved the prince, and this was all he could say. She looked at Ronald, with his perfect hair and his perfect clothes, and then she looked at herself in her paper bag. She realized something very important. "Ronald," she said, her voice clear and strong, "your clothes are very nice, and your hair is very neat. You look like a real prince, but you are not." And with that, she turned around, skipped right over the sleeping dragon, and danced off into the sunset to start her own new adventure. They didn't get married after all, and the moral of this story is that true beauty and strength come from the inside, not from our clothes or how we look. It's our courage, our kindness, and our cleverness that truly matter. Elizabeth learned that she was brave and smart all on her own, and she didn't need a prince to rescue her or to tell her what she was worth. She was her own hero. Remember, what makes you special is who you are. not what you wear. Thanks for listening to our story tonight. We hope you enjoyed it and have the sweetest of dreams. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more bedtime stories. Good night.